Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my humble opinion classroom. My name is Sunday David Kokoite, and I'm the convening lecturer. Now, in today's topic, I'm going to be analyzing Iran's conflict with Israel and America and its impact on the global economy. First of all, let's take a background. Let's have a little peek on the background of this conflict. This conflict started in early 2026 with the Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei. Trump says he doesn't want a country like Iran to own a nuclear weapon because Iran is belligerent, Iran is war prone, Iran is a jihadist country, radicals, extremists. So he doesn't want a country like that to possess one of the most dangerous weapons in the world. The world now has become a thermonuclear, it has slipped into a thermonuclear stage that any small uh, conflicts now, people are using nuclear weapons and according to research, said that there are H bombs that can even something might happen and someone might press a button and something will just cause the whole world will just be destroyed because of small conflicts, little conflicts. So that's the background of the war. Donald Trump does not want Iranians to own a nuclear facility, industry, or even pursue any nuclear ambition because he believes that a nuclear weapon in the hands of Iran puts the whole world in danger. Now let's analyze this conflict from January to March. From January to March, let's analyze the conflict step by step. It started in January 2026 when there were anti-government protests in Iran, protesting against the government itself. There were protesters protesting against the government itself that they don't like that form of government. They were looking for some sort of savior. US stepped in as a savior after they committed humanitarian crimes by killing protesters, killing opposition leaders and all those stuff. You know, as US stepped in, promised to be a savior, promised to topple them and let the people democratically elect a new government. January 13, Iran said that they are ready for war, and they warned United States of America and even Israel to stay away from their affairs, that this is an internal affairs, but the humanitarian crisis, humanitarian laws were being abused. And from February 3rd to February 6th, on February 3rd, US attacked an Iranian drone, becoming the first person shooter, what they call the first person shooter. US attacked an Iranian drone, becoming the first person shooter, and they were holding several indirect nuclear deals with Iran, but it was not really holding up because Iran said the US were liars and betrayers, and at that point, diplomacy was just a waste of time. In February 28th, the attack that killed Ali Khamenei, US and Israel, US in concert with Israel, attacked Iran and killed the supreme leader. Now, this was what the war escalated. Yeah. America was trying to recruit other countries, Spain, for example, but Spain declined, and Donald Trump said that he doesn't even need them. Now, on the 1st of March, the new supreme leader, that is Ali Khamenei's son, Mojtaba Khamenei, stepped in as the new supreme leader, promising revenge. Not even promising, like he came with the mindset to revenge because according to the news headline, he said he lost his wife, he lost his mother, he lost his nephew, and most importantly, he lost his father. So he came in with the mindset of revenging. And now what he did now, he attempted, no, he did not even attempt, he caused a disrupt in the global economy by causing a blockage on a corridor in the Middle East. It's called the Straits of Hormuz. Now, according to world statistics, they said about 20% of the world's oil, of the global oil in the world, passes through that strait, that little corridor, that Strait of Hormuz. 20%. That means countries like China, India, some countries are exporting like maybe 60 to 70, 80, 90% of their oil through that corridor. That's why that is what led to the uproar in the global oil economy. That's what led to it. This country has effectively stopped shipping traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, a vital passage for about 20% of the world's oil. This is what is affecting Nigeria too. Nigeria is an OPEC country, open petroleum exporting country. We are exporting oil and even importing some stuff. I think many things we are sending it out and importing it too. That's why it's affecting Nigeria as an OPEC country. So it's not even affecting only Nigeria, it's affecting the whole world itself. And the attacks on oil infrastructure and refineries in the Gulf and Arab nations has made the situation worse. Even countries like Egypt has increased their pump price by 30% itself. Then after just doing that, that's what the new sun is doing. No. Apart from that one, it's also targeting American bases in the Gulf nation. His father said that the war is going to turn to a regional war. It will soon become a regional war. His father said that this war will not involve just Iran, it will involve other countries in that Middle East, that region, that Middle East. And it was his another aim, another thing was doing that he wants to expel American military bases from the Middle East. He was attacking bases at Israel, the United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, including other several countries too. He wants to send American bases away, all push them out of the Middle East. That was another of his aim. Now Donald Trump stepped in and said, since Donald Trump said in a video that is disappointed at the choice they made. I don't think they really made a choice. I think it was kind of like a successive something, because I don't think no election was held. They just picked a new leader. The son just became the new leader. No election was held. That's that. So it was not a democratic process. It was kind of like a monarchy, something like that. And he said that the Iran Revolutionary Guard Corps, that's that their elite military, that he is willing to grant them mercy if they can just lay down their weapons. But this war, what is just pointing at is that war is good for nothing. War is not good. Even the stock market is going down. Even the stock market is crashing. Apart from the global oil economy, even stock market is crashing. And this has led to an increase in if the pump price in any country is high, transport gets high. That's when transport gets high, goods and services gets high. When goods and services gets high, the citizens don't have enough purchasing power to buy it. You begin to spend more than you earn, and when you spend more than you earn, you begin to run into debt. When you run into debt, it becomes hardship. That's it on my humble opinion, class. War is good for nothing. That's what it means. War is good for nothing. Thank you for watching. Kindly subscribe.